I live out in the country, and I'm on a well, and I don't want anybody messing with my well. I've been on at least three rigs, and I'm learning enough to make me dangerous about the Marcellus shale. It's very good for our district. It's good for the state. It's good for the country. Not only for the obvious reasons of cutting down the import of oil, if we can do that, but it's creating jobs. And my position is that if a rig has caused problems for the well water that's going into people's homes, then that rig has to be shut down. That company has to put those people, make them whole again, and the well cannot be started up until the precautions are taken to prevent that from happening again. So it's a balance that we all have to watch and to see that it's executed. I've seen how they drill the wells. I've seen the series of pipes that go in between one another. I see the cement that's dropped down in between them. I see the water level maybe at 1,000 feet or 500 feet, and the gas is being taken out at 6,000 or 7,000 or 8,000 feet. It seems logical. It seems reasonable at this point. But if it can be established that there is a problem and the well is causing it, it has to be shut down, and the owners have to make those people whole.
Other questions from the group?
Since you raised folks to be taking money from, you haven't taken money from, and we haven't seen your report, we won't see it for another 2 weeks, but any contribution, Jeff and Mr. DeNaples?
No.
No. Will you accept money from him if he offers?
I'm not even asking Mr. DeNaples for money. I don't want him, again, dragged through the mud. And I think that I've taken money from lawyer friends of mine, but I don't know how much money. Second name.
What if he offers? You won't ask him for money, but if he offers?
No, I will not take it. No. And then he won't offer unless I ask, and I'm not going to ask.
Other questions from the group? I had just one, it's more of a tactical question, which
Sure.
I saved it for last. You mentioned that the Democrats, as soon as you announced, came out with some of this information, making connections about Mr. DeNaples. Doesn't that make you a weaker candidate in the fall? And is that a consideration for the Republican Party?
I don't think it makes me a weaker candidate in the fall because of, I'm not going to bore you with what I stated prior. I just have to tell the truth, and if people accept that, then so be it. And if they don't, I'm not throwing Mr. DeNaples under the bus for a vote. That's not happening. He's a friend of mine, and he's done nothing. He's asked me to do nothing that even crosses the line of impropriety. And I'm not the kind of person that, there have been several people say to me, you need to distance yourself from him because you're going to lose votes. And that's just the way it goes. All right? What you see is what you get, and a friend is a friend.
You're not the first district attorney, or I'm sorry, you're not the first U.S. attorney, correct, to have worked for him. There have been others?
No, there have been others, yes. There have been a handful, I believe. Yeah.
Are there questions that we didn't ask about? Are there things that you want to mention, talking points that you didn't get a chance to hit them?
Education has always been a topic near to me because I see where I've been able to get to by getting a good education. And that's another area where in a perfect society, I'd love to see us be able to afford to pay for educations, the government pay for our educations, but that's just not practical. However, we need to take more steps into ensuring that our education for our kids start with a sound education, number one, and start at a much earlier age. It's difficult because as the DA, I would go into places and we started some programs junior detectives and initiated the DARE program in our district. And these kids are, unfortunately, they have 2 strikes against them right away. Usually the kids that are most at risk are from a broken home, several different brothers and sisters, their children having children. So we have to come up and devise a way to not only educate the children, but educate the young, not even adults as far as I'm concerned, who has the responsibility of raising these children. And one way that I did it as the DA is I went after deadbeat dads big time to make sure that support was paid. And if they didn't, even if it was out of state, we went after them out of state. There was a situation, I can't mention the person's name because I'm not allowed to do that, but $25,000 was more than that. But we found the person, we picked that person up, and the judge says, before you get out of jail, you're going to write a check, you're going to give us a certified check for $25,000 that goes back to the support. And the person, he had the cash. It's just that going after these people is the tough thing to do. But I think if we prosecute effectively, we prosecute, tough prosecution, but also educate at the same time, we can meet at the middle.
The Obama administration's proposal to make more direct government lending to people seeking higher education, were you in favor of that?
I'm always in favor of the government helping out to get a loan because I saw the paperwork that I had to go through. But to be quite honest with you, I don't know enough about that to make a decision as to whether I'm for or against it. If it streamlines the work, if there are lower interest rates, there are 2 positive factors. What period does it have to be paid off, or is it just going to be written off? I'm not in favor of that. But also, what impact is it going to have on jobs at the state level? Are we going to lose jobs at the state banks because of the federal government interceding in something like this? These I don't have answers for. I have questions until I get to the answers.